Like, I'm not afraid of anything in this world other than not being there.
Because how could it be that in a matter of 3 months, you are married to a woman of 15 years and you just get married again? Just imagine the people back in the day when they would have to travel certain distances for months or even years. What is one thing that they would carry with them? The Quran. Why? Because they did not have it on their mobile devices or their gadgets. Brothers and sisters, imagine you have a app, the Qurani app, which not only shows you how much rewards you get, but reminds you to read the Quran, gives you reminders. Download the Qurani app now and let it testify for you on Yawm al-Qiyamah that you read it wherever you was. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters and dear friends. As you guys know, me and my wife done a reaction video to Brother Khaled and Sister Salama's divorce. Sad news, which subhanAllah we don't want on any family unit because it breaks the breakdown of the family unit has an impact, a ripple effect on communities. So subhanAllah, in this video I wanted to touch upon a few doubts or rumors spreading, but mainly the question I wanted to ask was, why did Brother Khaled move on so fast? And mention to you sisters inshallah to understand from a man's perspective 3 to 4 reasons why a man moves on so fast. And we want to tackle these issues. Why? My dear sisters, I'm not here to make you upset, anxious, worried, look at marriage in a way that you're scared of getting married. No, rather I want to inform you so that you can make rational decisions. I know you guys are emotional, that's how you guys are created. You have your hormones, imbalances, etc. Many other things, and alhamdulillah we have those hormonal issues as well with testosterone. So it affects us in a different way, it affects you guys in a different way. But if you listen to learn rather than listen to reply, we will all benefit from this inshallah. So in a recent podcast, there's some things that Brother Khaled said that he really fears. So I want to touch upon this because it's very, very important, because for him to make this decision of going their separate ways and then moving on so fast despite the fears that he had, let's watch what could be the causes of a man moving so fast. And to me, I found it a bit bizarre that the fact that he moved on so fast after being married for 15 years. But again, we'll come to that in a minute.
Like, religion is a big part of my life, Spencer, for those who don't know. And for me, like the 5 daily prayers, being able to center myself, being able to just remember why I'm here, being able to feel safe and Allah's protection. For me, that's probably the most important thing in my life. Yeah, and alhamdulillah, just being able to sort of center myself in prayer and get away from the chaos and the noise and everything that's going on. For me, that's probably the most important thing. I journal every night. So for me, just writing down the 3 things I'm grateful for, the 1 thing that I want to let go of. So just reminding myself constantly about what it is, alhamdulillah, it keeps me focused. I do struggle with some things sometimes, like life is not perfect. I struggle a lot with, overthinking about things. I struggle a lot with getting anxious about things. Like every day I want to let go of something. And every day there's a different struggle that might pop up at some point in time. So for me, it's just about being able to write that down and be like, I'm going to let go of you today. That fear of my kids' future. Like, I'm not afraid of anything in this world other than not being there for my kids. So I was always afraid, will someone take care of my kid the way I would? Well, that's a child of determination. Will society treat him in the way that I would in this country? He will be protected. He will be taken care of. He will get opportunities. There will be resources for him. It gives me peace.
So guys, you saw that for yourself, subhanAllah. Every man's worst nightmare is what? That another man is going to raise their kids. You don't know who this man is. You don't know how is he safe? Is my kid safe around him, etc. Any man's fear is that. That's why if you notice, subhanAllah, majority of the time, a lot of men do not initiate divorces. Sadly, it's non-Muslim statistics is 80 to 90% women initiate divorces. And we know that in the Muslim community as well, that men have the power of talaq for this very reason. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the wisdom, and he has given the power of talaq to the man, because a man can make rational decisions rather than just ask talaq every 2 seconds or give talaq every 2 seconds. Now, one of the reasons, brothers and sisters, the first reason for a man to go his separate ways and move on so fast can be that he is married to someone who is really, really bad. And he tries his best over and over again, subhanAllah, brothers and sisters. And like I said before, we need to deal with the reality. Yes, okay, sometimes we know a lot of the cases men are quite violent in marriages. Both men and women are as violent, but men use more lethal force. So we know that's a fact. Yeah, so what I'm going to mention to you next shouldn't really bother you, sisters. Yeah, women are known to initiate divorces majority of the time. Sadly, that's a reality. When women carry on, I want to divorce, a man has enough, a point where it's enough. Or if the woman is a really, an evil woman who's making his life hell. Now, again, I'm not saying that Sister Salama is like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, generally for men, this can be a reason for him to not only get divorced, but move on so fast in a matter of months. That's number 1. Number 2, when issues happen in the household, when people get arguments, etc., whatever, you need to understand something. Sometimes couples take their space, etc., whatever, or they just don't want to see each other's face for whatever reason. But one thing you need to understand, my dear sisters, is a man's sexual desire is not the same as a woman. Yes? Okay. It's very rapid, it's very instant, and it's quite hard. And we know from the evidences from the Quran and the Sunnah, the fitna of a man towards a woman. It's our biggest weakness. To me, the thing that I want to mention is that for a man, if you boycott him or whatever, you don't want to talk to him, etc., and he's waiting a month and 2 months and 3 months and 4 months, and he's thinking, hold on a second, there's no contact, and maybe she's just thinking, you know what, I don't know, I'm waiting for him to message first, etc. No, you don't do that to a man. Let me tell you something, because that's the reason why the hadith says, if a man calls his wife the bed and she refuses, the angel curse her. Why? Because she is actually blackmailing him with sex. One of his biggest weaknesses. It's like a man using his power that he has as he's more physically stronger to put his wife in a dangerous position and then defend her. She's at her most vulnerable and weak, and she needs your help and aid if a guy's got a knife or whatever trying to harm her, and you are there just watching and thinking, no. So do you see how vulnerable each one is in different situations? So for sisters to think that you're going to let your husband go without intimacy and think that he's not going to get married again, have a second wife, end it with you and get married again, you are absolutely deluded. Reason number 3 could be polygamy. It can be a possibility. It's a speculation, and the reason I'm saying this speculation is because obviously you guys know, sisters know me, I'm one of the most hated brothers in the Dawah scene for speaking this truth, but I don't really care. I'm not here to please anyone. This is the haqq. Every man is polygamous by nature. Please understand that. Do not hate it, do not fight it. As testosterone plays a big role in our sexual drive, you need to understand we don't choose to do this. We are created in this manner. You can look at people who are married to really beautiful women, Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, and they still cheat on them. Why? Because it is like that's in our biology. If a woman marries a man who is her dream man, she will never ever think of another man, ever. And you women know that. If you get your man that you really want, whatever it is, tall, dark and handsome, whatever your criteria is for that matter, but it's not the same with a man. A man could be married to his dream girl and yet he will still want another woman. So this might be the case in this situation, brother Khaled and Salama's situation, that he opened up to her, he wanted to get a second wife and etc. And she said, over my dead body, etc. Because women don't understand this, they're emotional, understandable, it is painful. Again though, what happens is you destroy your marriage, and then what happens? What's going to happen after? You've got 2 free kids. It can be difficult for you to get married. And the thing is, why destroy your family because of this? And what happens for us men is we try to reason, we try to say, look, we want to do it openly, we don't want to hide it. This is one of the reasons brothers, men sadly go down the route of hiding their secret second wives, etc. This is the reason why. Because the first wife causes problems. You're not going to see the kids, I'm going to make your life hell, I'm going to get the government against you, blah, blah, blah. There are sisters who accuse and falsely accuse their ex-husbands of being connected to some terror group because of this. This is how wild it gets. And that's why Muslim men are thinking, I have these desires, I've been married to her for 15 years, I have the desire of another woman, and she's telling me she's going to make me, no problem, I'm going to keep it hidden. This could be a reason that he had a discussion with her. She said over a dead body, it's a speculation again, and he thought, okay, no problem, go our separate ways, whatever is for that matter. And then for him to move on that fast, I'll be honest, which I was a bit shocked, to move on that fast, it's not right. If I was married to my wife for 15 years, I'll be honest with you, I would not move on that fast. Not that fast. I mean, is it haram? No, it's totally halal, and I wish the best, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect his marriage and give him the best in this life and the hereafter, his new marriage, alhamdulillah. But this is what you need to understand, sisters. When you go down this route of being irrational, emotional, and push your husband to that level, he is going to look, that's his desire that he has. He's either going to commit zina, or he's going to go behind your back, and a real man, a coward would go commit zina, fearing his wife. A real man would go and get married again. And if you leave the picture or threaten to leave the picture, he's going to say, okay, no problem, I'm so sorry, I want you in my life, I can still look after you, take care of you, but I want to get married again. Getting married again doesn't mean he doesn't love you. Okay, we don't operate the way you guys operate. Just because you think, oh my gosh, if I was thinking of another man, I don't love him anymore. We don't operate the way you operate. We can love our wives, die for them, and still want to get married again, which I've been telling our sisters. That's the third reason, could be. And the fourth reason is that it happens rarely, but a man falls in love with another woman, and sadly this is not right. Again, especially that if he is going to abandon his first wife and move on, again, it's not haram, but you have polygamy. I mean, you can choose both options, but some men are like, you know what, no, I don't, I despise or whatever, and I just want to move on with another woman. These are the four reasons. It might be the reason, because to me, to see brother Khaled, I really wanted to find out, why did he move on so fast? It doesn't add up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, but to me, I'll be honest with you, men should take time, heal. Men need to heal as well. Don't make rational decisions. But again, as men, we have this sexual drive, and we have to protect ourselves from zina. I know many brothers who are divorced and like, bro, I can't, like, it's been 5 months, 6 months, etc. I need a woman in my life. And that's why, and I'll end on this note, most of the times you see single mothers who have not been married for years. You will never find a single father who goes on for years without getting married. This shows you that this is how we are created. And these rumors of him marrying a Hindu woman, it's just speculation and rumors. And he, I'm sure very knows, he's a religious man, which you saw on the podcast. He clearly said that he's a practicing person, and I doubt he knows that, marrying a mushrik woman is haram, you're committing zina. It's not allowed for a Muslim man and a Muslim woman, for that matter. That's all I wanted to say, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala correct the affairs and give him the best in this life and the hereafter, inshallah. Divorce happens, it's a part of life, there's nothing wrong with that. Learn lessons and move on. That was my 2 pence piece. The reason I wanted to touch up on this is for sisters to best understand the psychology of their husbands and not fight the hormone. Just as I would not tell a husband to divorce his wife because she talks a lot and she's emotional and she gives him a hard time. My friend, the next woman you're going to marry is going to be the same issue. So that's the reason why I tell my sisters, you divorcing your husband because he wants to get married again, you're going to run away from the problem. It's going to come back in a different form and another man who's going to do it in a different way. That's all I want to say. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.